Tonight, you're going to solve a murder.
Hi. You'll get to see all the clues, meet all the suspects, and I'll even go you one better. You get to see the murder happen. So don't go away. We're up next.
I practice safe sex. What kind of crap is that? The only time sex is safe is when you're doing it alone.
Yeah, of course you don't believe in safe sex. You hate women.
I love women. It's hypocrisy I hate. I don't want safe sex. I want honest sex.
Hey, we all have to do our part to stop the spread of this deadly virus.
You want to wear a condom? Great, babe, but don't act like you're saving the whale just because you wrap yourself in latex.
I'd do it with you, Larry.
Do you know how that makes me feel, Sandy?
Excited?
Disgusted. You're willing to throw yourself under some jerk that you never met for a few minutes of fame?
I think it's shameful the way you treated that girl.
Oh, no. Jerry from Encino? How did you get through?
She reached out to you and you humiliated her.
Not the way you treat women, huh, Jer? Bo, I bet I forgot. You have problems with them, don't you?
You're the one with the problem, hiding behind that microphone night after night.
Yeah, I'm really hiding. That's why I was on Jay and Arsenio last week, but you probably didn't see that unless you straightened out your cable problems.
Ooh, you think you're such a big, brave man.
Gotta have all 200 channels, right, Jer? Night after night, hopping from show to show, messing with the remote. Do you practice safe hopping, or do you zap all over the screen, you bonehead?
You're nothing but a damn...
Yeah, we'll finish that thought after the news. I gotta take a leak.
Are you trying to make love but find you're only making enemies? Do you offend when you really mean to? Then talk with me, Dr. Sabrina Bellows, right after the Larry Breen Show tonight on KMZR.
You ever listen to Larry Breen, kid? The shock jock? He broke FCC regulations as fast as they could come up with them. The more offensive he got, the more people liked him. It's the hottest thing on the radio since Stairway to Heaven. Now he's climbing it.
You been clipping your badge to your belt again, rookie? Listen, that may look cool on Hunter, but if you want to be my partner, I don't want to keep finding it in my couch or the squad car. Here. Keep that in your pocket. Grab your notebook, huh? You and me, we got a murder to solve. What do we got here?
Green went to the men's room during the break. When he didn't come back for his worst boff in L.A. segment, his producer went looking for him.
Cause of death?
He was strangled with some kind of cord, and there were cuts and scratches on his hands and wrists, but the cause of death looks like drowning. Brilliant career flushed down the toilet.
Yeah, well, live by the sword, die by the sword. Physical evidence?
Oh, we found a fistful of paper towels stuffed in the trash. There were bits of mushrooms and some kind of brown sauce. Shiitake mushrooms, I think. Oh, we also found this on the floor.
Oh. A baggie.
Yeah, look a little closer. There's a shard of glass. We found it next to the victim. I don't know, it might have something to do with the cuts on Breen.
Well, then we should check to see who was in the building when Breen got flushed.
Well, that'd be Bud Flanick. He's the producer of the Larry Breen Show, and about a half a dozen tech guys. They stick around till 2 a.m. to do Dr. Sabrina Bellows' radio shrink show. She's on the air now. But Flanick and the crew are clear. They were in the studio the whole time. Flanick even had a vamp on the air when Breen did the show.
Check with security, see who came and went.
I did that already.
He's good at this, isn't he?
And there's Doric Thane and his son, Luca. They run Kilkea Restaurant. Arrived 11 p.m. to feed Breen. The work signed out at midnight. Luca never did. About the same time, somebody smashed the windshield of Dr. Bellows' silver beamer. The security guy thinks he saw Luca running off.
You getting all of this? My hand cramped up somewhere after shiitake mushroom.
I want a drink, or I want a frozen yogurt. Tired, he can be.
Larry was the future of radio.
People actually liked him?
They hated him. But the more they hated him, the more devoted they were. Take the last caller Larry ever had, Jerry from Encino. Called every night just to hurl hate at Larry. Every night.
6 months worth of Larry Breen. I'll listen to him, see if any wackos stand out. I'd rather be shot.
Yeah, well, I'll save you a bullet. Why don't you check out a Jerry from Encino?
A month ago, there was a 3-hour wait for lunch.
Somebody find a fly in their soup?
Kilkea is a culinary showplace, Lieutenant. Here, food is not sustenance, it is art.
You mean it's expensive?
When one looks at the Picasso, one admires its beauty, its vision, not its price tag. The same is true when one partakes of a fine meal. Now, Larry Breen did not understand this.
Kilkea is for eunuchs who think it's trendy to pay $50 for a dinner salad and cower before Eurotrash waiters.
The same tirade for an entire week. He even bribed one of my waiters to program my call forwarding. John Tesh calls to make a reservation, gets the sewage treatment plant instead.
Sewage? Well, I bet you wanted to kill him.
He not only ruins my business, he destroyed a dream it took me a lifetime to achieve. I was furious. But, like him or not, I need his approval. So, I offered to go to him and serve him the very best Kilkea has to offer. We present petite veal tenderloin medallions in a truffle oil sauce with sautéed shiitake mushrooms.
It looks great, but can you scrape off those mushrooms for me, babe? Thank you.
I'll kill you! Luca! You are a dead man.
And then what happened?
Well, Luca goes to the bathroom to clean himself off, and I go to the car.
You couldn't wait a minute for him to wash his face?
When he gets angry, he needs some time to cool off. I give it to him. He comes to the car a few minutes later, and we leave.
Where is he now?
Well, I have not seen him since last night, but my son did not kill Larry Breen.
Well, do you and your son a favor. You find him before I do. Put out an APB on Luca Thane, just in case he decided to deliver food out of state.
Larry Breen was the embodiment of the worst in all of us. Oh, cookie?
We're on duty.
What he did was hurt people and then let others laugh at their pain. It was inevitable that he'd hurt somebody who wanted to hurt him back.
Did he ever try to hurt you?
No.
No? Not even a teensy bit?
Well, he tried.
Of course, you know who's coming on next, Dr. Sabrina Bellows, with her instant diagnosis of your complex psychological problems. And believe me, she knows about them from personal experience. Ever wonder how she keeps that Claudia Schiffer figure, scarfing down 400,000 calories a day?
It was all in good fun. You know, he would make up anything, no matter how cruel, just to get a reaction. He did it to all the personalities here. But this joke cost me a book deal. He ran with it every day for a week, making a fool out of me and scaring off my publisher.
I bet it cost you a few bucks.
I lost legitimacy. A book transforms a voice on the radio into a celebrity, and celebrities become guests on The Tonight Show. Oh, I still got on The Tonight Show. There's a joke in Jay's monologue.
Sorry, Doc, just need the trash.
Well, people handle grief in different ways.
Oh, you gotta hear this. Come here, sit down. Hours of Breen versus Jerry from Encino. I tell you, Larry sure know how to push these guys' buttons.
I watch the porn channel because I like naked women.
You lust-ridden myrmidons are pumping raw sewage into our minds. You're filling our homes with sleaze.
It's only sleaze to you, Jer. Most guys see a rack of high beams, they stand up and salute. Maybe you just shrink away.
You're the one with the problem, hiding behind that mic night after night. Ooh, you think you're some big, brave man. You're nothing. You're nothing.
It seems that Jerry from Encino had a genuine hate-on for Breen, don't you think?
Sure, but to kill Breen, Jerry would have to be within 3 minutes of the men's room. Which means Jerry would have had to have called the show from inside the building. Anyway, I checked with the phone company, and there were a couple of calls made from the radio station at that hour, but none with a Breen studio. It's a dead end.
I still like to put a face to the voice. I mean, apparently Jerry from Encino hated the cable company as much as he did Breen, so maybe he called them too, huh?
Oh, sure, I know Jerry from Encino. Of course, that's not his real name.
You don't say.
No, guy's name is Ferd Delbo. He calls the station like 5, 6, 7 times a day to complain. Like we're responsible for what's on his TV. Of course, all right. We do carry the signal, but we don't make the TV shows. So Larry and me, we showed him.
Larry? You know Larry Breen?
Yeah. I listen to his show every night. And I helped him play a little joke on Jerry from Encino.
What kind of joke?
Well, you know how Jerry's always calling Larry to complain.
I told the cable company 1,000 times, no smut on my set.
Tell you what, Jerry, because you're so special to me, have the cable myrmidon give me a call. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why you should have a single channel of smut.
We gave him 120 channels instead.
You gave him the porno network on every channel.
I mean, I almost lost my job, but it was worth it. I mean, to be in on a stunt like that with Larry Breen.
Yeah. Listen, before you bust a gut, you got an address for old Jerry from Encino? Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if this murder isn't a practical joke. A shock jock who made a career out of trashing people winds up drowned in the toilet. Physical evidence, we got a cut-up corpse, little bitty shard of glass, and a mushroom, shiitake mushroom. For suspects, we've got a humiliated radio shrink, a chef who's about to lose his restaurant, and Jerry from Encino, a.k.a. Ferd Delbo. Of course, if my name was Ferd, I guess I'd go by Jerry, too. We know he's a nut, but did he whack out Larry Breen?
Yeah?
The janitor. Here's a twist. You used a pseudonym when you called Larry Breen, so he wouldn't know that you worked at the station.
Yeah?
And then he humiliated you in front of 3 million listeners.
Yeah.
So you waited for him last night in the bathroom and you killed him.
No.
Damn, really thought I was on a roll there.
Larry Breen was my sparring partner, Detective. We gave each other a great intellectual workout. And we had a great time doing it.
Yeah? Did you have a great time when he turned your house into a porno theater?
Yeah, he got me good with that one. No. Given time, I would have gotten him back. With a joke, not a murder.
You have keys to the station. You could have come and gone last night without the security guard knowing.
I was at home last night talking to Larry Breen for the last time.
So, what's up with that janitor?
Earth deferred. I think his mother was a UFO.
Well, his alibi's airtight. He was on the air with Larry Breen at 11:50, a few minutes before the murder. I checked with the phone company, and the call came from Ferd's house. That's a good 45 minutes from the station. Assuming the freeways are wide open and he drives like Mario Andretti.
You know, for once I wish you could bring me some good news. I mean, when was the last time you brought us anything positive, huh?
Whoa, don't get fidged. I got good news. I've just been saving it. Check it out. We mic'd the glass shard's thickness, refractability, and silica content. It's a watch crystal.
I knew that. But you and I, we have very different definitions of good news.
Okay. A black and white picked up Luca Thane for speeding. He's waiting in your office.
And that's good news. Okay, I want you to run a credit card search on all our suspects, on the Thanes, on Dr. Bellows, and on, Jerry from Pluto. See if anybody charged anything to a jeweler's in the last 24 hours. Make sure they didn't break the watch in the struggle.
All right.
Come on, I got it. Thank you.
This is a violation of my civil rights. I haven't committed any crime.
Well, maybe not, but when you threaten somebody and they wind up dead, it's not a good time to go on vacation.
Well, I didn't kill Larry Breen, but I wanted to. It wasn't enough to ruin my father's business. Larry Breen humiliated him too, and I had to do something. So I trashed his car. But it wasn't much compared to what he had done to us, but I felt better. When I heard about Larry Breen's murder, I knew how it would look, that you'd come after me. So I ran. I know it wasn't very smart.
Neither was trashing his car. Larry Breen drove a pickup truck.
And how come that silver BMW was parked in front of his house every night?
So you were stalking him?
But I was mad, okay? I wanted to scare him a little, so I followed him waiting for the chance. Then my dad decided to surrender and ask for this yahoo's forgiveness.
Okay, kid, you can go. Just don't wander outside the zip code, huh? Didn't the security guard say that Dr. Bellows drove a silver BMW?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Details, kid. You gotta pay attention.
Pay dirt. One of our suspects charged a watch repair to the MasterCard this morning.
Guess who? Come on. Oh, you want to get the door?
How can you even think I was sleeping with Larry Breen?
Your car, his driveway, all night, many nights.
I see. It's true, Larry Breen and I were lovers. Not the Larry Breen on the radio. The caring, sensitive, compassionate Larry Breen that he was off the air. Or at least I thought he was.
Are you familiar with the psychological concept of denial?
All too familiar, I'm afraid. I confided in him. I wanted to establish intimacy. And all he was looking for was a roll in the sack and some juicy material for his show. But when he cost me that book deal...
You attacked him in the bathroom. What time is it, Doctor? To Sabrina. Love, Larry. Gee, you weren't kidding about this denial problem.
The personal humiliation was bad enough. But he was hurting my career. My private practice was crumbling, then my book deal. I tried to talk to him, to beg him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. You can't run away from me, you bastard.
Oh, yeah, what if I throw some ding-dongs on the floor in front of you? Ooh, there's a 90s woman. She won't put out, but she keeps the jewelry. Hey, babe, why don't you relax? You know your metabolism, you know?
Hey.
Oh, okay, babe. I'll just change the name and give it to some other bimbo. What do you think about that?
It's funny. But since he's died, I realized killing him might have given me back my self-esteem.
And what will you do now instead? Dance on his grave? Oh. 10 minutes listening to Larry Breen. I want to kill the guy. Well, someone drowned him in the toilet, and it wasn't a tidy bowl, man. Suppose it could be the janitor, Ferd Delbo, a.k.a. Jerry from Encino. He had a hate-on for Breen and access to the station at all hours, except for when the crime was committed, when 3 million people were listening to him call from home. And what about Luca Thane, huh? Now, Luca stood around and watched as Breen destroyed his father's dreams and his meal ticket. Luca would have had plenty of time to whack Breen and then smash Dr. Bellows' windshield. And what about Dr. Bellows? She escaped private humiliation in Breen's bedroom, only to face public humiliation on the radio show and possibly lose her career. Why were those cuts and scratches on Larry Breen's hands and wrists? More glad tidings?
Try weird tidings. I checked the outgoing calls from the station the night of the murder. Somebody called Jerry from Encino 10 minutes before Larry Breen was killed. What I can't figure out is why.
Mushrooms? Shard of glass? The cuts. Beginning to make sense to me. Come on, kid. All that's left to do is slap on the cuffs. This is the fun part. Everybody grab a seat. Make yourselves comfortable because the case is solved. Inspector Clouseau. 10 minutes before Larry Breen died, someone from the station called you at home. Well, who was here? Dr. Bellows was here, working on her show. And of course, the Thanes, our self-proclaimed mayors of good taste, were here. Doric Thane. Luca Thane. What the hell kind of name is that anyway?
Luca.
Of course, you certainly had sufficient motivation for wanting to kill Larry Breen. After all, he killed your business. You almost strangled him on the air, but Dad held you back. Then you wound up in the bathroom cleaning up. But were you in the bathroom when Larry Breen came in?
No.
No, that's right. No, you were outside smashing Dr. Bellows' windshield.
You smashed my windshield? Why?
You argued with Larry Breen, too. Matter of fact, you were so angry with him, you followed him into the bathroom and you struck him. Did you break your watch when you were fighting with him or when you tried to drown him?
I already told you about that.
Oh, that's right. So, who called Ferd from the studio, and why? Well, it's the funny thing about that phone call. It's exactly the same duration as your little on-air chat with Larry Breen, the last call he got before he died. What happened when John Tesh called for a reservation?
He got the sewage treatment plant.
The sewage. Sewage.
Sewage.
A trick you stole from Larry Breen when you committed a murder.
You're as crazy as he was. I was home. Just ask the millions of people who heard me on the radio.
You used call forwarding to have your incoming calls transferred to the studio. Then you keyed your way past security and you used Larry's phone to call your house. After the call, you waited for him in the bathroom and then you strangled him with this coaxial cable. Trust me, it's a sharp little sucker. That's what caused the cuts and scratches on Larry Breen as he fought against being drowned in the toilet.
Larry Breen made a fool of me every week. When I got the last laugh, I strangled him with cable. And I flushed him down the toilet. Let him top that one.
Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, whoever coined that was deaf. Sure never listened to talk radio. We'd all be better off reading more anyhow, don't you think? Come on, I'll lend you a couple of Ed McBains and make a detective out of you yet.